So today we're gonna talk about main ideas. How do we get the main ideas? Okay, so now you have a text here. Okay, you're going to read it first. Okay, and then we're gonna like find the main idea. Okay, let's go. Yes, let's go. First, you're going to like draw a mind map. A mind map. Like this. Yes. Yeah.
And the whole, and all of it doesn't matter the space.
Wait. Okay. Read the first statement. Read the first statement here. Yes.
When drawing human figures, children often make the head too large for the rest of the body. A recent
Okay. Great. So, what do you understand from the first statement?
that this paragraph is going to be about the reasons of why children do draw the head bigger than the rest of body, and the rest of the paragraph gonna show you the reasons why this. There's study, there's a study for this. Yeah, this is what the paragraph is going to be about in a study. And
Okay. So first, you're going to like. Okay.
we are going to make a brainstorming here to show our deep understanding of the paragraph. And we are going to get the ideas from the paragraph.
So first, what we're going to like to draw.
Which we're gonna draw a circle here. After this, we are going to get the main ideas.
أخذ رصاص. First thing that you have to draw here. Draw
A circle.
the human figure. Drawing the human figure. Let's go. Drawing the human figure. يعني إنسان. نكتب human figure. Human figure. Drawing.
ينفع الواحد الثاني؟
Keywords that relate to drawing the human figure. Great. Write these keywords. Write these keywords.
Is human
figures. Bigger heads. The head size.
The head is bigger than the rest of the body.
Do you think that the head is bigger than the rest of the body? Yes, it's a good idea. Yes, right. تعالي أمين
عشان ما يصير شيء.
The way children draw human figures.
ايش طاح؟ في شيء طاح.
لا
The first thing is, wait a minute. The head is bigger than the rest of the body. The head is bigger than the rest of the body. Bigger than the rest of body. This is the first idea. Then what's the second idea? They draw the head in front. When they draw in the front or the back. ايش في كمان هاتي يا اختي. Children between the back. Oh, exactly. You can write it here. لا مش هيك استني. Why the differences of size when they draw the differences when they write from different views, when they draw from different views. The differences of drawing the head, the differences of the size of. This is how you said us to do. This is what you asked us to do.
Yeah, all the best.
No, but indirect.
Indirect.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
That's great. So you can pose the question.
Indirect
The
way.
answer should where
In the passage.
in the message, but it's not
Indirect,
stated.
Yes, indirect.
Great.
It's an inferior question.
Okay, great.
That's
Yeah.
So the answer is not stated directly. يعني هذا اللي تشتغلوا عليه. The answer is not stated directly. يعني لازم يكون يكون على فهمك البنت. It should يعني the answer it should not stated directly in the message, but your deep understanding of the message. Okay, that's the main idea you should follow when you raise a question.
The writer didn't use logical thinking directly. He inferred it and he add as something.
So he used inference thinking.
Infer, yes.
Inference thinking.
Yes.
Deep understanding.
deep understanding.
Great. Yes. Wanna add something? قرب لنا هون مكانك يا تعالي موف هون. Yes.
How can children draw human figures in comparison with the adults? يعني في كمان question. What is the way that children follow it to draw human figures? The way.
This is a deep question.
إيه؟
I think it's a deep question.
مش دي حاجتنا صح ال relationship يكون علاقة.
Yes, relationship between the logical and their drawing is the relationship you can ask about it.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
والواي إنه يعني طب ماشي. How children
Try to use another one.
How children draw human figure? How children draw human figure? Larger than the rest of the body. يعني هو هذا direct مش indirect.
No.
Yes.
Try again. Is the relationship between their mind and their drawing?
Is there relationship between their logical thinking and between logical thinking and their drawing?
Great.
Yes.
Now try to paraphrase. Paraphrase now. You want to go? Paraphrase. Paraphrase now.
استني انت تكتب السؤال احنا بنعرف. السؤال مرة
مني هذا
تأكد اي سؤال استني بنات. In previous study, scientists have been according to the previous study. According to the previous study. تبقى أحلى. Previous study. Scientists have been
Scientists have
Scientists have been proved that صحيح لا children grow
هي موجودة بقر ولا لارجر؟
bigger.
بقر؟ إذا لارجر.
أول إشي بديها بالعلامات.
لا حطيها bigger لأن هي موجودة larger.
Bigger than the rest of the body. Science researchers claims researchers claims that
بعد ساعتين.
هذا كده انت شو نور صح؟ researchers claims that يا بنات انت كنتوا paraphrasing لحالكم؟
لا.
عشان نعرف احنا بعضنا.
Without each other.
Researchers claims that children kids استنى
طيب جملة between 4 and 7 years. كيف نستمر؟
هذه مش لازمة استنى هذا خلنا نسكرها ونكمل. Researchers made an study proves in a previous study for kids between كذا ايش كذا
Yes. هي أحلى.
in a previous study for kids
Previous study for kids. Yes, exactly. Between 4 and
their age
the age.
their age is between ايش مكتوب؟
Ask children between 4 and 7 years.
their age is between
The age between. Oh, the age from 5 to 7.
at age
From 5 to 7 years.
لا هي اللي اعمل علم for kids their age is
من اللغة.
for kids under the age لا صح نعيمة for kids is اسمها previous study for kids under the for kids their age is between for ages أعمار
Between 4 and 7 have been proved that kids draw bigger than the rest of body.
Researchers claims that the kids do that because
not
is the main idea is when the children starts to draw human figure, they draw the head larger than the rest of the body on arranged way, not haphazardly. خلاص finish haphazard.
Yes, Chris, not randomly.
Not yes. In an arranged.
So did you see that she mentioned another thing in another words? You can use your own words here when you generate or when you write your main idea. You can add your own style. Yes.
I do.
Great. Another. Yes. So here you draw
Yes.
couples here.
Yes.
And
thank
the main words that related to the drawing of human
drawing
figure.
human figures.
Right.
Yes.
And then. Yes.
And then the main idea is when the children start to draw the human figure, they draw the head larger than the rest of the body on arranged way, not in on haphazard.
Haphazard. Not randomly. Thank you, Rima. Okay. What did you understand from the first paragraph?
The first paragraph shows that there is a relationship between age and colds.
Great. Next paragraph.
Next paragraph, another factor for colds, which is economic condition for people.
Yes. Economic.
No, having
No, this is the last paragraph.
The last paragraph.
It's about the last paragraph. I mean the next paragraph. What is the main idea here?
mothers.
The next.
Yes.
ثانية.
It's about general index. It's according to elderly and mothers.
So there are different ages. He mentioned
Yes.
that there are some ages that they are affected more than other ages.
Yes, yes.
So
The most vulnerable age, which is affected by a cold,
yeah.
and
yes.
they have a deep affection in their bodies
Compare with others.
compared with other age.
Do you understand? Okay, thank you. Yes. Do you want to add something? Yes. Yes. فهمت علي؟ عشان نخلص.
This paragraph has three main ideas. The first one is going to be about the relationship between cold and age. The second one is going to be about the relationship between cold and maturity. The last one is going to be about the relationship between cold and economic.
Great. Okay. That's you're going from this main ideas. You're going to write the posing question, but you have to deep understand the posing question. Okay, depends on the understanding of the message, and then you are going to what to paraphrase, depends on what you have studied. Okay, well, for what you have learned. Thank you. Now let's move to the last paragraph. Last paragraph is about I think about Canadian. Yes. About Canadian. What do you understand from this? Read the first statement, please. Read the first statement. Yes, Noor.
Canadian researchers have discovered a set of genes that determine the lifespan of the common.
Yes, so they discover genes that determine their span life.
Span of the common needs.
So what do you understand from this statement? What do you understand from the statement? Yes. Yes. The Canadian researchers discover something that is related to the genes. Genes and you know the genes? Yeah. Yes, genes, yes. There is, you know that it's effect on DNA. Yeah. What do you understand from the background of this one, genes? What does it mean, genes? What do you know? What did you know about genes?
Chromosome and
Yes. So
DNA, RNA.
so all of these things you have to.
Scientific.
Yes, it's scientific research. So you have to use your background. What did you understand from this one before? Okay, and then use the context that's given to you. Depends.
After read basic time in this paragraph, I understand, or I've got that we have a kind of worm that is nematoda.
So
Yes.
you see this nematode, it's a hard word you cannot understand from the first time. So it's okay if you find the word for the first time and you couldn't understand the meaning. It's okay. You should understand the general meaning, the whole meaning. Okay, don't stop reading. Okay, you should continue reading all the passage. Yes,
Then the nematoda is determined lifespan,
yeah.
and there's some reasons for behind its effects in our bodies, and
So there are reasons behind using these genes.
Yes.
Genes, yes. On what? And did you read the last paragraph?
No.
Could you please read the last paragraph?
Read it or
Talk about the last paragraph. What did you understand?
What I understand from this paragraph is that scientists try to make to study a kind of verb that's called شو اسمها؟ nematoda. This verb has inside of it a hormone or something that helps it to live longer. So they are studying this so that they could help us as a human to live longer and healthier. For example, I can be 78 years old at the same time.
Did their research now reach to this point?
They
still didn't
try it.
They're trying to do this. So we have to be exact, give the exact meaning. you should give the exact meaning, please, of the passage. Okay, don't add your point of view, but you should like add your criticality. What did you understand from this one? Okay, could you please read this one? Okay, the next one, the next paragraph. There's important point here. There's important point here that you have to read it. What is it? What is it? Yes. By manipulating the newly discovered genes, the team at McGill University in Montreal was able to increase the lifespan of the nematode worms fivefold. Altering the genes appropriately slowed the metabolism of the worms to a more leisurely pace. This in turn may slow the accumulation of the DNA defects thought to cause aging. What did you understand from this one? There's something here.
Altering genes can affect on lifespan.
Here, this is turn maybe slow the accumulation of the DNA defects to cause aging.
Wait a minute. DNA helps to age it, to be more to look older than we are.
They changed the DNA.
What does this the DNA do in our bodies?
Yes, what did you understand? DNA, yes. I think you get the point. Yeah. Yes. Altering.
Yes, altering the DNA. They altering the DNA. This DNA responsible of aging. So it can change this DNA to make our life longer than what we live.
You understand now? Yes. Great. Ola, Shar, great. Thank you so much for discussion today, for main ideas and paraphrase and how to pose a question that deepen understand the meaning. Okay, so now after all, could you please conclude what did you understand from this one? How do we get the main idea?
The lecture.
Yes.
The first thing we learned how to get the main idea from the paragraph. We already know how to get the main idea. We must read the paragraph, and what we understand from the paragraph is the main idea. Okay. Then we move to posing a question. How to write a posing question? This question must show your deep understanding of the paragraph.
Directly.
Exactly. Maybe it's directly or indirectly, but the same. But it must show your deep understanding of the paragraph. It must be a criticality in it.
You add your criticality
to the context. Then we studied how to paraphrase paragraph. To paraphrase the paragraph, you have 2 steps: stop, think, paraphrase. First of all, you are going to read the paragraph. And when?
مش حدش تعالي. Yes. Okay. Again. عشان تبين.
Stop, think, paraphrase. The first thing we are going to stop reading the paragraph. Then we are start to guess its meaning or to guess the main ideas that the paragraph has. After this, we are going to close the paper and start thinking about the general meaning of the paragraph. The idea that the things that we knew from this paragraph is called the thing that we are going to paraphrase. For example, when I read the paragraph, the ideas, the information that I get that I'm going to use in paraphrasing. In paraphrasing, I will not repeat the same words. I get words that I'm going to change many words. I'm going to change many words, such as, for example, here in the first paragraph, I changed children to kids to be more created. Coming up. After that, in paraphrasing, we have to consider the main idea, and we should not. But we write in our own style or our and own word. But we from passive to active and active to passive.
Yes, you're right.
And to avoid plagiarism, and mustn't add new information to the paragraph. We must keep the same meaning, the same ideas, the same titles, structures, but we're gonna write in our new words and add some criticality to the paragraph.
Use our background.
Yes.
We must use our background on the same paragraph.
Background and the given given context.
Context in the same paragraph.
Great. Yes. Do you want to add something?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Now.
Samira, we love your comment. You use your own flower.